Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to our weekly designer chat. My name is Mia Farrell. I'm a designer with ACo. I'm here to help you love where you live, and I am here every Friday talking about design. Today, I am joined by one of my fellow ACo designers, Carlie and we're talking cabinet hardware. Hey, Carlie.
Hi.
Cabinet Queen is here to talk all things cabinet hardware.
That's right. Well, I think, when we did our new showroom, we thought it was really important to go ahead and up our game in the cabinet hardware arena. So we really worked hard to try to get a very diverse amount of hardware to go across many different styles. So I just wanted to share some of those things with you today. And actually right now I'm standing in front of our top knobs display, and I think they do an excellent job of massive amount of variety. But one of the big things that we're seeing in hardware and metal as well is this whole mixing of finishes, which I know can make a lot of people nervous, but I am here to tell you, go ahead. Like, you can do it. Don't be scared. I think one of their cool things is they have one of the prettiest brush brass finishes.
They do.
And I just love theirs. Like, when you compare it to some of the others, I just think theirs is very warm. It's not like too flashy. But as you can see, they will do multiple finishes. I also think another really big finish right now is doing black hardware. Or maybe you're doing like a combination where you're doing maybe your light fixtures are black, but all your cabinet hardware is gold. It's totally okay to do those type of things.
Yeah, I tell people all the time that as long as we're mixing in an intentional way and it's not just like loosey-goosey, if there's some intent behind it, then we can pull it off in a way that's really, really classy.
Yeah. And I think, people get a little overwhelmed by hardware too, because honestly, there aren't any rules.
Right.
So it's a lot easier when there's like a standard or a rule to something that you just know what to do. But people ask me that all the time, like, well, aren't you supposed to put knobs on your doors? And it's like, no, you can literally do whatever you want.
That's very true. Yeah, as designers, we make a point to, submit diagrams to the installers so that they aren't the ones making that decision. We have the decision making on our shoulders because there are some possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to show you like some other things that we brought into the showroom. Obviously, top knobs is one of my favorites. And I used to be an all handles gal myself, but I gotta say here lately, I'm completely in love with these knobs. But these little knobs we actually used on one of our displays because we fell in love with the back plate here. So I can show you that display in a second, but that's something, I thought that back plates were like completely out of style. I hadn't done one in years, and I saw this piece of hardware and we were like, we love it.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. Every time somebody comes into the showroom, they're like, I have to have that. I mean, yeah. 3 other pieces of hardware, and then they see that display with the back plates and they're like, give me that.
Yeah. So here's the display that we did. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. But it does have the back plate on the handle and then also on the knobs here as well. So just absolutely love this line, love the finish.
It's gorgeous. And I think to your point, Carlie, that display is a perfect example of there not being any rules, because if you look at the hardware on the island that was selected, I know it's your favorite.
So this is the island hardware here. And we get a lot of comments on it. People either like it or they don't. But I just love it because it was so fun. Like, I've never seen just a giant ball for hardware.
A giant ball. Love it.
So over here too, we also really focused on bringing in some rare hardware. I would say things that you just don't see every day. So this is part of our Richelieu display. But you can see up here, they've got some really nice leather pieces, mixing like metals and leather together, which is pretty cool. I actually just specified this line for a client. It's actual wood. So just really unique stuff from this.
So cool.
I'm also currently obsessed with these little guys. Let me see if you guys can see it. But it's a piece of hardware that is completely flat. And then when you're ready to use it, it just pops out.
It's like a little secret.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these are actually made to be like partially recessed into your cabinet. So that's where we can help you. We would coordinate with our cabinet makers and send the hardware down first so that they can go ahead and pre-drill that for you, which isn't the typical process. But when you're doing kind of fun special hardware, you gotta do a little more. And here's some more kind of more abstract pieces that can be a lot of fun. So I've yet to use these, but I'm pretty excited for the day that I do.
It's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll keep an eye out for that because those are really cool.
Yeah. So what else do we have in here? I was going to tell you too, you know, sometimes people do just get totally overwhelmed with hardware. And we did one whole display that doesn't have any hardware. So again, if you just can't decide, if you look at this little display, which is actually a storage cabinet for us, we didn't put any hardware on it. We did a magnetic push latch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's able to maintain this super clean outward appearance. But then you have obviously the functionality of opening the cabinet without having a big piece of metal on the outside.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect choice in that solution because on that long wall with all those shallow cabinets, if every single one of those had a piece of hardware on it, and I mean, it's just a really nice, clean, contemporary look over there. I love it. Yeah, I appreciate all of the insight as to what you're seeing right now and things that you're excited about. And I'm with you on all of those things. I love the gold. I love top knobs. That's usually the first display I go to. So thanks for your time today, Carlie. I really appreciate it and hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks, you too.